Hello, I'm Richard Raffan. I've just cut up a small slab of very highly figured camphor laurel, and I like to get good value out of the timber which I've acquired, and in this video you're going to see how I do it in this case. I've already cut the slab and then I put it back together like a jigsaw, so we'll be able to take it apart and kind of analyze it as I go. Here's my reassembled slab of camphor laurel, held together with a bit of tape in places. Of course the small bits tended to fall out, in case you're wondering. I've been a professional turner since 1970, and so when I'm cutting up a piece like this, I tend to be guided more by the financial return I can get than anything else. So in this case my first thoughts were to get a bowl out of it. Now the maximum my lathe can turn is about a foot diameter, 300 millimeters, and that is pretty well that, which I could place there or there. If I place it there, I can then possibly get one of those out of there. That is around 7 inches diameter, and then I might get another one out of there or another small one, and that would leave me with a fair slab of timber to make probably very small bowls out of, and you'll see how I do that a bit later on. And I could put that up there, in which case again I might get a slightly larger bowl out of that, slightly smaller one there. So my decision was to make a number of smaller bowls. So I started off with this one, 170 mil diameter. Then I marked these two in the corners, and basically I split this diameter, this width, in half, and I got two 160 millimeter diameter bowls out of that. This is 3 inches thick, 75 millimeters, and that is a very nice proportion to start with for a small decorative bowl or even a usable bowl. That then meant that I could scribe this circle in the biggest space available between these 3 points, leaving me a strip up here to do something with. I had a decision to make here because there was a small split where you might see some scrabbly lines there, but I've opted for a single bowl at 120 diameter, and so those are basically those. So I've got the what have I got? 2, 4, 5 basic bowls. Now the corners, those corners, I neglected to get another bowl out of there. So with a slice like that, which was this one, very similar piece to that, and that will produce a small bowl which is, I think as far as I can remember, it's about 3 inch diameter, 75, nearly 80 millimeters. That can be a square bowl or I can turn it round, one blank. Now there's another two of those over here. The little bit can go on the floor. That's a bit which isn't going to produce anything. So 2 more little bowls. Waste, very wasteful. Now that is coming in here. I hadn't actually, this is the first time I've actually spotted that. That probably means that this will not be the top of the bowl, that will be, and that should turn out. Waste. This bowl just seen, that will end up with one of these, and so that'll be cut there and over there and across there. So that means I get one more of those, which is nice. There'll be 4 of those. The 2 small bowls are good. Waste and waste. More waste. This little blank in the middle, I can either make a kind of little vase out of it, so that could be round, little kind of spout there. This is, I need to remember, this is cross grain anyway. I could also make two little bowls by cutting that in half, so I've kind of got a bowl. Mark the other side. So I've got a bowl in there and another bowl up at the top, so that's the bottom. Or I might even have a small cross-grain box with the grain pretty well matching. And since this is bone dry, that's probably a very good option. Another bowl, more waste. Oh, yes, waste and waste. Now on the side here, also waste. This long strip up here, waste at either end, but this one I can see a natural edge bowl in. So that will be the top, and the bowl will actually fit in there. This little one had this huge bark inclusion at the bottom, so that realistically is going to be waste, or I could cut it straight there with the grain and maybe make a small little box out of it or something. It's about 1.5 inches, 30 millimeters. That will make a small bowl. Now this big one, or in fact all of these, I'll be able to nest out the centers, and I should get at least, given on how good the grain looks, I should get at least one, maybe two other bowls out of the inside. This will be the bottom of that blank, so this will be the top. And I haven't really investigated the other one. This will be the top because that will come out at the bottom. That can go either way up. And this has a bark inclusion there, which I can see comes out here, so they would have to be related. Split there, which will probably turn out, so that's definitely the top of that bowl. And I will probably still manage to get one small one out of that. So that's all that. And I'm quite pleased with the way, with what I got out of all that.